Hello, viewers. Our government has interviewed South Korean nationals detained at a U.S. immigration center in Georgia and started procedures for their voluntary departure. If all goes according to plan, we expect that as soon as tomorrow, local time, a chartered flight for those who wish to return voluntarily will be ready to depart. Correspondent Kang Young-gu, how are the procedures for the timely release of our detained nationals coming along?
Yes, I'm reporting live from outside the Foxton Immigration Detention Center in Georgia, USA. Today marks the 5th day of detention, and our embassy completed interviews with the detained Korean workers by 8:30 a.m. They then spent the entire day processing the voluntary departure procedures, which wrapped up here about an hour ago. For instance, it seems they signed voluntary departure agreements to confirm their intent to return home, and for those suddenly detained without passports, the consulate issued temporary passports to handle the paperwork. Given the large number of detainees, the process has taken significant time. Let's hear directly from the scene.
We discussed a lot of the practical and technical details needed for the charter flight. Then I also met with everyone at the detention center and made some preparations for boarding the chartered flight.
As of today, the 10th, we can confirm that the timing of the chartered flight for repatriation remains somewhat flexible. The embassy explained that if it's treated as a voluntary departure, they can avoid the entry ban that comes with deportation.
There are also some ongoing reports that the U.S. had issued prior warnings regarding this crucial South Korean detention situation. Can you share more about this?
During her recent visit to London, UK, US Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem commented on the recent detention of Korean workers. She stated that the majority of the detained South Koreans ignored orders to leave the United States, which led to their detention. The statement, "ignored orders to leave," suggests that relevant companies likely received some prior warnings before this detention crackdown took place. Additionally, Secretary Noem mentioned the term deportation for the detainees. It's unclear whether this means it's not voluntary departure, or if voluntary departure is just being referred to as deportation. She added that some of the detainees are also involved in various other criminal activities and will face the consequences. This implies that separate criminal proceedings could ultimately result in forced deportation in the future. If the person involved in criminal activities is a Korean detainee, it could mean that the US government might not allow voluntary departure, raising concerns that this could hinder our government's efforts to secure the release of all detainees. Kang Young-gu reporting from the detention center in Georgia, USA for MBN News.